One of the most common comments people make to me are, "I don't know how you can do this." And my comment back is, "I don't know how we can't." And I think for people out there who just struggle with being able to directly be a part of this, we all understand that. But if you are supporting a program like this, if you are getting behind the Second Chance program and you are helping us financially so that we can save these lives, that we can come in here and face this and save these lives, then you are being a part of this and you're doing it right along with us.
Luna is a cat that came in back in January. A lady heard a meowing and she went outside. When I first saw her, it was like I was kind of in shock because you can tell that the wound was very old, and just the fact that, you seen the bones and, you smelled the infection and things like that.
Her right rear leg, the 3 major bones in the leg were broken, and her foot was mostly missing. And then her tail was found to be necrotic or dead, and the skin was off and it wasn't salvageable. So we knew what she needed. We knew she needed to have her tail removed and that leg removed. She had an IV catheter placed and IV fluids run, and we were able to do surgery the next day on her to start her on her road to recovery. She was a cat that when you walked in, even though she was injured, even though she had those horrific injuries, you walked in and she was laying on her side, rolling around, wanting to be pet, wanting your attention. The gratefulness, without any words, without anything, she knew we were there to help. She was patient.
To me, she's a soldier. The fact that it was cold and somehow she managed her way to crawl up onto someone's porch. She just wanted to be loved.
You ready?
She just tears through the house. She runs faster than our other cat. It's so funny with 3 legs. Luna was, and even Lola, our other cat who also has some medical conditions, they're daily reminders of pushing through and getting through the things that are in your way, and not to let things knock you down, because she's missing a leg, but she doesn't even know. She's a great jumper, even though she only has 1 spring up.
And if she can't, she just gets her front claws and starts climbing up.
Yeah, we've sacrificed our furniture. We won't clip her claws just so she can get around.
Yeah.
We're happy that a program like that exists, because if it weren't for Luna getting her surgery, we would have never met her.
Yeah.
And she makes us laugh every day. So we're very grateful.
Mm-hmm.
The Second Chance program continues to grow. I honestly continue to be astounded by the care that we're able to provide the animals that come to us. Not only because we have a great team of people here at the Cleveland APL, but because we have the community's support that allows us to provide the extraordinary care that these animals get.
I think some of the changes that we've experienced through the Second Chance program are things like heartworm disease in dogs and mange in dogs have become common. At any given time, I have 3 dogs with each under treatment. And so when they come to us, it's not if we treat, it's when we start treatment. We're ready.
Every day, this incredible team shows up at the APL to work, and we come here because of the passion we have for animals and how many lives we want to save. And there was a day when the most humane decision we could have made for those animals was euthanasia, because we would not have had the resources to treat those incredibly severe injuries and in such an emergency situation. And yet today, because of the Second Chance program, we do have those resources and we can do that.
Toshiro came in through the Cleveland APL admissions department. A man was actually leaving his work that day, and he realized that he heard some screeching outside. So he ran outside, and he found this small little kitten outside that was actually being attacked by an older adult cat. So he immediately assessed the situation, grabbed the kitten away from the older cat, and brought him straight to us in the admissions department. We opened up the box. It was a small little 1-pound kitten. He was covered in blood. It was a very severe injury. There were actually flies on it. Despite the severity of the wound, he was very cuddly with all the staff, and he immediately bonded with them.
When I first saw Toshiro, he had come in with wounds from an animal attack. His entire left side was open, and this was a black kitten, so the contrast between the muscle that was exposed and all of the tissue and his black fur was striking. And it extended not only his whole left side, but to his back left leg. And I was a little speechless, I have to say, when I saw him. But we know that what we need to do, and our team was ready and began working on him. He had surgery to repair his wounds and close some of the wounds, antibiotics, pain medication to start his healing. The level of healing was astonishing. His size was most striking for him. When you have a kitten that small and 30 or 40% of their body has been affected by wounds, the chances are sometimes not in their favor, despite the best medical care that they get. And we always keep that in mind, but he had the fight in him.
The intake staff took him in, and then our amazing clinic staff actually fixed him up, and then our adoptions team found the correct home for him that was perfect. I know he's a little troublemaker in his new home, and he's also a very sweet, cuddly boy.
I saw him first. Yeah, I look over and she's got this little guy, and he is loving on her.
Yeah, he was a big purring ball of fur. It was kind of between him and another black kitten, actually. But the fact that he actually had an injury helped as well, because, I mean, we have a soft spot for cats that are especially in need.
We just thought, if a little guy like that can pull through, we'll have to give him one of the toughest names we can think of. After Toshiro Mifune, the Japanese actor, who's, the original samurai.
We introduced him to Ash, and
he'd jump on top of her and just ride her around like a horse, because he was tiny then.
At the beginning, because he was so tiny, she wouldn't wrestle back with him. But now that he's bigger, she'll take him down. She'll wrap her arm around his neck and just throw him to the ground.
Her and I both have caught them several times being loving to each other. And as much as they do fight, there are the tender moments.
He went through a great deal of trauma at a very young age, and you wouldn't know it now. I mean, he's just full of energy and love and craziness.
I don't know, the fact that there's people that care enough and that there's a program in place to do that.
And the APL's dedication to getting animals back to health and getting them good homes. Thankfully, the APL has the Second Chance program to rehab animals like that.
And without it, I don't think we'd have this little guy.